this is going to be the first reaction mechanism I will be covering, and it is hydrohalogenation of an alkene, specifically using HBr, HCl, and HI. First, let's start by drawing out an example. So in this case, I will draw out 3-methyl, 1-butene. I like to really label the carbons as primary, secondary, and tertiary, and I'll explain why that's important in just a second. But we have our primary carbon right here, our secondary carbon right there, and our tertiary carbon. And then we will react this with HBr. So the first step in this reaction mechanism is the alkene bond is going to want to attack that proton or that hydrogen. And then this will cause the bond between them to break and retreat to the HBr. So that lone pair will go to the HBr. And then the Br will form a negative charge with 3 lone pairs around it. Following this reaction, a carbocation is going to form, and this is the carbocation intermediate. So it would look something like this, just without that double bond. The positive carbocation will go right there. So this structure isn't exactly stable, and then this is where it can get really tricky. We're going to have to perform something called a hydration shift, where we move that carbocation or the positive to a more substituted carbon, and that is why I had previously labeled the carbons substitutions. And we're going to move the hydrogen that is located right here to right here. It's going to want to go to that carbocation, and this will form this intermediate, a more stable intermediate. And then there's the H going off from right here. So following this, that Br we drew earlier is going to want to attack that positive, and it's going to form on that tertiary carbon. So it will look something like this. And it's very important to note that this is a Markovnikov addition, meaning that the halide or the Br is going to want to be located in an area that contains the least hydrogens, which means an area that is most substituted. And that is why it is placed in a tertiary carbon. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below. I'll be happy to answer them.